Hi Sagittarius, better late than never, right? So I saw someone online doing a new moon in Pisces pull, and so I decided to do a new moon in Pisces reading. Uh, it's not a quick one, but it's nice, and I often think of Pisces season as the wrap up. It's especially in our lunar cycle, it's almost like a new year. So we're wrapping up everything that has happened up till now. And that's what I think about Pisces season. It can really be more emotional, but it can also really be soul connecting, um, and kind of let you know what you don't want to deal with, right? And Pisces energy is coming up for you. And I do feel an energy of you being more discerning. But as always, balance comes through for you. And it's really funny because Libra came out for you for right now, and that's about balance. And so did Temperance. And it always comes out for us. And I always find it interesting because I don't know if we're just always seeking balance for our lives, but yet we hate things like schedules or monotony. Like, I feel like a lot of times that's what happens because we don't like that kind of life, right? But it says your diplomatic nature makes you a beacon of security and fairness. But within your quest for harmony, do not neglect your own needs. And that's definitely changing. I feel like it is being read out to you that you can't help people to the exclusion of yourself. It definitely has been something I've been learning. And, so it could be that you're learning a lot about what the balance is between you and what you do for other people. And on the bottom, it's very interesting. So there's a lot here about compassion and harmony. But Pisces is here. The moon, which is also Pisces. And then Pluto and the sun, which is interesting with Neptune, right? So I do feel as if there may be some feelings coming up for you. And usually with Pluto energy, right, which is not Pisces, but with Pluto energy, there's stuff that comes up that we're like, where is this coming from? And it's usually pretty deep, sometimes dark, and sometimes we just hold stuff within us and we don't really even know. And with the moon being here too, I kind of feel like you may really have some feelings that you weren't aware of, and it might feel dark to you, and you might be like, oh, why am I crying? Pisces does that. And, Pisces wants us to feel. And so, you can journal that for sure, about any feelings that come up for you, and what it's telling you. But I asked for a journal card too. And the journal card that came up was the Seven of Pentacles. So you're definitely wondering about your pivot, which Sagittarius always is. What do I do next? Right? I have this, I did this, I was good at this, this was successful, but, where am I going now? And what do I invest in? And when we do journal for ritual for the transits this month, there are quite a few. We kind of write about, especially with new moon, like our intentions and what we want to see and all of that. And so it's a good idea for you to write about some things you would like to put your energy into, right? Or invest in. Ew, Ten of Swords. And this may be coming up because you're closing things out. That's Pisces. And it does also feel like you may be closing some relationships out. And so maybe you're thinking about what now? What now? Because a lot of this is about relationships. And even if you're not like involved with someone romantically, everything's not about that. It can be any kind of relationships for you. Even your circle, your family, all the things, Sag. And that's what I always remind people when they're watching the readings, right? Because something's happening. Something is, especially with temperance here. When I see temperance, I always feel like it's something that's working out. You've figured something out. Something's coming together, right? And you're probably feeling pretty good. I would assume that you're going to feel pretty good about this, because this feels like a decision. And it also it's so interesting too, because there's two couples here, right? A male and female. And I feel like you're all of them, Sag. Because I don't really, in a way it has to do with other people, but in a way it's also you. So, just saying. And definitely, I feel like you want things to feel good. You want to feel harmony, because you've been, and you want things like matching energy, right? It has that kind of feel. And matching energy from a balanced, peaceful place. And I do feel like you really want peaceful relationships. So you may seek out to instill peace with people, to balance things out with people, because Libra is also about relationships. But it's also about, I'm not going to do all of the work, and that's what the energy is telling you. Don't allow for that to happen, because Libra often, I have a Libra South Node, so I know, puts in too much. That's the problem. And you want to make sure that all things fair, that you're getting back what you're putting in. And I feel like this is the energy you're coming into the new moon with, right? And because you've learned a lot. You definitely have. And I feel like too that you're learning to listen more. Not just intentions, that this is something that you're actually wanting to do. Like you want to listen to people more. That's the Queen of Swords for me. The Queen of Swords listens with compassion. She gets all of the information before she does anything. And I also feel like you definitely want a new vision as far as life goes, as far as where you're going. And so this, strangely enough, the new moon in Pisces for you, Sag, may be about information. And maybe that's why you're listening. Because when, I love this saying, say less, right? Which I don't even know how to do. But, when we spend all our time talking, right? Whether it's about your vision or what you've learned or what, we miss stuff. And so that's why I feel like you're coming into this being more observant, being the student. I understand that the Queen of Swords is probably the teacher. She's a queen. But she's also very much about being the sponge, about absorbing. And so I really feel as if you are going to be very dedicated to your new vision, to gaining a new vision, or maybe even just a clear vision, but also very much listening and learning. Yep. And I do feel also like you're going to be doing a lot of listening with other people. Like, seriously. And, you know, this is really going to help you, and I feel like it's going to help Empress. The Empress and the Five of Pentacles is a very interesting energy, so it really may help you to be more abundant. And you may be learning from someone specifically who holds this Empress energy, or the Empress may be you, overcoming financial hardship. You know, but you're really being called to listen. I do know that. And the actions you're taking, I felt this, like, I was even hearing it actually, that you're, I don't know why, but it seems as if you are really focused on helping other people with their passions. Because we do have the Queen of Wands down here, you know, and the Queen of Wands is very confident, very, like, the Queen of Wands to other people is very much pushing people in a very positive way. You can do this. You don't have to know everything. Just do it, right? And celebration is here too. The Four of Wands is here. You know, and I do feel like you very much may be helping people with their passion projects. You know, but and that may turn into something, like, in terms of a job for you. But with the Hermit and the King of Swords being here, I think you're being real picky about who it is you do help. But it does seem as if outright you are helping to people to realize their dreams, you might even be helping people to succeed in some way. And it really has to do with your positive go, go, go energy, you know, the go-getter, what have you. So, wowza, Sag, that's nice. But let's take a look and see what might be happening for the Venus retrograde. Let's do it. Okay, Sag, you know I had to do it. And one thing we know about Venus retrograde is that there is, you know, a chance that people can come back. It does look as if someone is. I said what I said. And I kind of feel like this is someone you moved on from. Okay? We have Leo here and Sagittarius and Vortex. Now, Leo, it could actually be a Leo. Doesn't have to be it, but, you know, Leo also represents the 5th house, and that is our house of dating and attraction and passions and fun. So they could be coming for you. They definitely could be. Sagittarius. Either way, and you may be feeling that attention and maybe you've been resisting it. It kind of feels like there's someone here you've been resisting. And you may stop resisting, that is, but I will look at that, right? this is someone that you let go. Like you were detachment here. You know, you detached from it. And it wasn't easy, I feel like. Because I feel like you felt very drawn to this person. You know, inseparable is here. You thought about them a lot. And that was really hard. You know, and they want a chance here to fix things and, you know, have another chance with you, right their wrongs. They feel like that your story isn't over. Oh boy. Yeah. And they, you know, escape is here. So this person definitely has the energy of the runner. And they made other things more important, like money. Or maybe just things they had going on in their everyday life. But they haven't given up on this. And they have something to tell you. You probably, you know, it's possible that you don't even, like you're resistant to this, but you may not even know that this person feels this way. Okay. So let's take a look. As we do, let's take a look. Particularly at this Leo energy. Because that feels like determination to have what one wants. So tell me about Leo. Because I kind of feel like Leo won't leave you alone until they get the attention they think they deserve. So tell me about Leo. Leo, okay. Okay, let's cover this up. Sorry. Leo. Yeah, they did. They made a wrong move. The Star and the Five of Cups, this is the person. They definitely want to make things right. And you know, with the Five of Cups, there's always two cups that are upright, so there's a chance. I don't know, maybe they just made a wrong decision. Well, it's the Five of Cups. They did things the wrong way. The Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon. I think they left you with the impression that they were seeking something else, right? When in truth they didn't feel like they deserved you. Interesting. The Moon is, ooh, yikes. Tell me about, oh boy, Nine of Wands. Tell me about Sagittarius. Oh, you're like, I got other things to do. Sagittarius. Yeah, see, you're very much feeling that Seven of Pentacles energy. You're ready to pivot on to other things. Try new things. You know, you're like, you know, you're kind of like, I moved on. You know, maybe I haven't really found my new road, right? But I'm not, it's kind of that energy of not really being for looking back at something you've already done. Three of Wands. Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Seven of Cups. Yeah, I kind of feel like you're just not really focused on looking back. You know, I turned them over because one, has some nudiness in it. I feel like you're looking for new passions and new things to explore and new vision. And, you know, if you're definitely thinking that, you know, the King of Wands, isn't that Leo? Maybe you're just not sure whether you want to explore this again. But the passion's still there. Interesting. But I also feel like you're of that Sagittarius mind. Maybe you're also asking yourself the question, like, have I been delaying moving forward? You know, and maybe that has a lot to do with the Seven of Pentacles energy. So you have to ask yourself that question. Interesting. So, what is Sagittarius resisting? The Leo. Look, strength is here. Strength, justice, and the Page of Wands. I feel like you want to get what you deserve here. And here we're seeing this Libra energy. You want them to do right. And be courageous. And maybe you want them to do something about the past. And this resistance is really about you finding your courage to try new things as well. And it took a lot for you. And that's a truth that you've come to accept. Queen of Cups. Five of Pentacles, because your feelings were not respected. Look at that. And whoever this person is, they really hurt you. And when they left you alone, it was really hard. And I kind of feel like you never got to say that. Wowza, Sag. So, I mean, only you can decide if you, because I feel like a couple of things. I don't feel like you're totally saying no to this person, but I feel like you're trying to figure out what to do. What to do, what to do, what to do, right? Okay, so let's take a look and see what the takeaway is. What is the takeaway for the new moon in Pisces? What's the takeaway? Takeaway and advice. Oh, King of Cups. Be open about your feelings and also be, you know, compassionate with yourself, I feel like. What's the takeaway? Yeah, look at that. Be open about things like how you felt even like disrespected or like your boundaries weren't respected. That's definitely, because the Seven of Wands is definitely you standing up for yourself. And here you are in Five of Cups energy too. Like you got to tell this person what this did to you. And that it's not going to happen again like that. Boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Yeah. And this has to happen before any healing can happen. Oh. It's part of the healing, actually. Page of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. And that's the lesson that you've learned. Yep. Knight of Wands. And the Three of Wands. I feel like you were kind of happy to learn it and very ready for new passionate adventures now. Okay, Sag, that's what I have for you. Toodles.